Let's start with Corner Gas Animated, which airs Monday on the Comedy Network. When Brett Butt asked you to return to your role of Sgt Davis Quinton, what was your reaction?
I fainted, I believe. I don't remember. It was all hazy. It was totally exciting. I couldn't wait to do it, and to work with this cast again, it's always a dream come true.
What was it like getting the cast together again? Is there still great chemistry among you guys?
There is. There's so much love and respect amongst us. It's amazing. Someone pointed out that we've been doing this for like 15 years, which is kind of hard, when you say that number, it kind of jumps at you. Holy crap, I think it has been that long. So, we have genuine love for each other, so it's exciting. It's great to be in. There's half of us in Vancouver and the other half in Toronto, and we all meet on the headphones and we record our series that way.
So are there any big differences, aside from obviously not being in the same building, to doing the live action series versus the animated one?
I think the animated one is just a little bit more, it's more freeing. It's just as funny, if not funnier, than the original series. And the reason for that is because the writers can go anywhere they want in their imaginations, and all they have to do is draw it, as opposed to the live action where they had to build stuff. So when we did our fantasy sequence, they actually we had props people who actually built the stuff to make it look like the crazy things that go on in our heads. But here, they just animate it. So we do have a Sasquatch and a unicorn fighting.
I saw that on the preview. Oh, my gosh. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it is very, very funny. We have some very talented writers. So we're lucky to work with such brilliant guys.
Lorne Cardinal joining CFWE. Lorne, the show was the #1 sitcom in Canada for many years. Why do you think people love the show so much?
Because of me. I think it's because it reminds people of people they know in their own communities. I mean, it's a big hit from Cape Breton all the way to Victoria Island. I mean, it's astounding. I'm surprised by it and blown away by the support and love we get from the public, which is we have the greatest fans that have kept the show alive, and they love it. And I think it's because, it reminds them of their own home communities. When I was living in Toronto, I met more people who came from small-town Ontario who were living in, and they said, oh, that reminds me of this guy, or that reminds me of my uncle, or just not as handsome.
Many years back, before North of 60, Corner Gas, and other projects, you were an employee right here at AMSA, in particular Windspeaker magazine. What was your experience like at AMSA?
It was fantastic. I was just a kid who didn't finish high school, and I learned so much there about photography, how to take a picture. Bert Crowfoot was my mentor, and he taught me the ins and outs of photography, and it's one of those life-changing moments. So I was very fortunate to have worked with that group, Laurent Roy and Bert and a whole bunch of folks, and it's one of the highlights of my life. It gave me a skill. So I was very grateful.
Again, Corner Gas Animated premieres Monday night on Comedy Network. What was it like reprising your role of Sgt Davis Quinton?
It's like putting on your favorite suit. I love the guy. He's so much fun to play, and he's just very excitable. So it always puts a smile on my face when I get to say, all right.
From your perspective, how has comedy in Canada changed over your career?
It's always been a vibrant. I mean, I think Canada is known for its comedians and comic talent, but there's so much more up here. But I think the platforms that are available now gives us more exposure. So, there's incredible talent all over the place between, from coast to coast and up north too. There's some very brilliant, funny people everywhere. So, thanks to social media, we get a chance to see more of it. So I think that's the biggest thing. Because when we started this Corner Gas, there was no Twitter back then, and it's not even that long ago when I say back then.
All right, Lord Cardinal, I appreciate you joining us this morning.
Well, thank you very much, and I hope everyone tunes in on Monday. It should be a gas.